Okay, our next video will focus on patchwork, blended chevron, and wood grain. Okay, so patchwork, what you want to do for patchwork is basically you're coloring, but you are intentionally leaving spots blank. So let me go ahead and get my shading pencil, get my blue, and you're basically coloring as if you're coloring the sky, but anywhere you want the clouds to be, you don't color. Okay, and this is a great way to create the illusion of clouds. You could do multiple colors for this. So if I did maybe pink clouds and an orange sky, it'll make it look like a sunset. Or if I did green and brown, it would look more like camouflage. But that's a simple way to do patchwork right there. Okay. The next is going to be blended chevron. Let's zoom in a little bit closer for this one. Okay. I'm going to tilt it just a little bit. And when you do blended chevron, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly draw these guidelines. I'm going to draw a horizontal guideline right here. But first I need to change my pencil to, where is it? There it is. I want to draw a guideline across. Horizontal means left and right. Draw a guideline here and a guideline here. Okay, so for blended chevron, I'm going to draw a series of diagonal lines going in this direction. And then I'm going to draw in the next row the lines going in the opposite direction. Now these lines go in this direction. And then lastly, we do this direction. You could use 2 to 3 colors for this. Try to keep colors that would go together, like neighbors on the color wheel. So I'm going to do yellow, orange for this and do the spots in between. Okay. So that way when it's done, you get the illusion that your paper is folded. Almost like if you fold a paper to make a fan, kind of makes it look like this piece of paper is folded now. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and do the whole thing. I think you guys get the idea. Finally, wood grain. Okay, I did brown for this, but again, you could choose any colors you want, but since it's wood grain, I chose brown. And what you want to do first, after you color in the back, I create a series of little oblong shapes like this. Okay, and I go ahead and shade it in. These are going to be the knots in the wood. So they can be different sizes, different shapes. You can put as many as you want, as few as you want. Okay, so after you draw those, a nice way to think of this is, imagine those are rocks and you are floating above a stream looking down. And you're going to make the current of the water, but the water can't go over the rocks. It has to go around the rocks like this. Let me do that over again. I don't like the way I did that just now. Okay, so drawing, going around, and stopping. Now these lines don't have to go all the way to the bottom. Very rarely do the lines go all the way down, but they can. Okay, and I will be doing a few. But the rule is just make sure as I get close to a knot, it curves around the knot. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to repeat this for a little bit. And you see how I fill up the space. Now before I get too much in here, I'm going to go ahead and draw this knot. So now it'll be really easy for me to fill up this space. I'm going to work on this one. And I think you get the idea. So at the end of this, it should look like that. Okay, and I'll see you for the last video